And he said after the game the other night that you don't want your players playing in fear of losing, so forth. Is that a concern going into this game, since you're going to be such an underdog, or what?
Um, it's a concern every game. Sometimes you want to win so much that you take the emphasis off not losing, and you play tentative. So I want these guys to play free. I know they're gonna make mistakes. You can't play this game, Russ, without making mistakes. So I need them to go out there and play free, play hard, play together, knowing that it's okay if you make mistakes.
Hey Kenny, um, with the injuries to Dennis and JJ, just do you have any idea on the chances that they might play tomorrow?
I need them to play tomorrow. You know, I, they got to get healthy. We'll see what happens. I know every day is day to day with them. I know they're working really hard to get back, and we miss them and we need them.
Yeah, just to kind of follow up on that, Sky and people have talked just about, just how important they are to play every game, but just as you spoke about, what about this game makes them so important to have them in your lineup, just to add that post presence and depth?
I just think we need bodies. We need good players that know what it is. JJ, for example, has a lot of experience. He's from Kentucky. This is a rivalry game. It's a big game. We need him out there. Dennis, he's a shot blocker. He's a lone kid that you have to deal with around the basket. We need him on the floor.
Yeah. As you look at Kentucky and how you are going to defend them, what are the one or two priorities to being successful to slow them down?
Great question. I look at this. I think it's 9 guys in double figures or 6 guys in double figures. Um, High percentage of threes. Get to the line. They're very, very good basketball players. They're complete. Um, when your question, basically, I would answer it this way: we have to get back in transition. We got to play very good one-on-one defense and be ready to help each other. And then we have to rebound the ball. Um, they're good. They are, it's the reason why they're in the top 10 in the country. They're young, but they also, if we do what we're supposed to do, I think we got a fighting chance.
Kenny, this is obviously a little bit different for you since you coached at Kentucky, played here, and also coached here. But I guess what does this rivalry mean to you, if anything?
It means a lot. I know what it means to this community. I know what it means to this state. Um, you know, it's I participated in it. I've coached against it. I coached for it. Been on all sides of it. Trying to get these guys to understand just how much is invested into this game emotionally, and help them understand really this requires you to be 1,000% focused on the task at hand. At the end of the day, the stats won't matter. Um, what we shoot, how we play, meaning up until this point, the only thing that matters is that you go out there and fight. And at the end of it, if you fight 40 minutes harder than they fight, you got a chance to win this game.
I was you sort of answered that. I was going to ask about. You said you had a fighting chance, and uh, what leads you to believe that? What? Why do you say that?
One, I've seen us play the style of basketball that is conducive to winning. Two is, um, this isn't their team isn't they have older guys, but they also have young guys. So a lot of those guys are similar to us, and they don't have an experience in this rivalry. Emotions will play a part in it, um, and if we do the things that we're capable of doing, obviously, Russ, we got to play really, really good. They're a top 10 team, but we nobody knows until we throw the ball in the air and fight, and at the end of the fight, see where we are, what's going to happen.
Kenny, the attendance at the past couple of games has been notably low. Now having Kentucky coming up, are you guys concerned at all about seeing a lot of other Kentucky fans out there? Is that something that's maybe being discussed?
Um, hadn't been discussed, but at the end of the day, look, we got to go fight. We got to go out and fight to get a win, and we got to go out and play our brand of basketball. And I know from the outside looking in, it looks like we don't have a chance. Well, we got a chance, and we're going to go out and fight to get that and prove people wrong and see what happens. If we believe, it doesn't matter what nobody else does.
You talked on your radio show last night just about how you can't take this as, just like any other game. Like you have to prepare differently. In what ways have you and your guys taken to that preparation differently for this game this week?
Well, just being locked in, being the mindset as coaches is we can't allow these kids to relax for a second. We have to have them understand just how important this game and this rivalry and what it means to a bunch of people and what it means to the pride of the state of Kentucky. I told a story last night about my first day on this campus as a player. Some adults were there, and the first thing they said to us was, "You can lose every game, win this one, win this one." That's how important this is to people.
Kenny, when you look at the comparisons of two teams that stood out, or two things that stood out to me was the 3-point difference between your team and Kentucky, and the other is the fast break points. You're only getting 5 points a game, I think, off fast breaks. Is that due to not having enough turnovers on defense, or what do you attribute that to?
Well, I think some of it is due to we got to get stops. If you get stops, you get yourself, and it doesn't have to be turnovers. If they miss the shot and we rebound it and we fly it up the court, we got a chance. We'll get fast break points. There's another thing on paper that you look at, the number of assists that they have compared to us. That's a big one. We want to play where we don't have 7, 8, 9 assists. We want to play where we got 20 assists. And some of that, Russ, is being able to make open shots. When we made open shots and made good shots against Pepperdine, we had 17 assists. Build on that. Build on that.
Kenny, is this a game where you want your guys to come in with a chip on their shoulder, not to be chippy, but to have a chip on their shoulder to go out there and prove people wrong?
It's the only way we can win. Do I want it? I need it. The only way for us to win is to go out and be the aggressor, to go out and fight for what you want, to go out and understand you're protecting your home. And we don't want Kentucky to come in here and feel like, everybody's with them and nobody's with us. We need them to know we're going to fight to protect our home. That's our goal.
Gone back and looked at the Pepperdine film. What did you see that you really liked, and how has the way your team played in that game sort of affected the players since then?
The spacing of the floor was really good. We did a great job of spacing. We did a great job of sharing the ball amongst each other, and it wasn't just the guards. Trey White was unbelievable of seeing the next pass. Brandon was a force around the basket, didn't always finish when he had opportunities to, but he created havoc by being strong and physical and active around the basket, posting up. I just thought we played within the rhythm of the offense, and it looked cleaner. Defensively, we were pretty good as well.
Yeah, something Cal's talked about a little bit this year has just been their kind of lack of having a true big man on their team. They just recently got Bradshaw back, but that being said, how important is Brandon's role going to be in this game, knowing with how well he's played and how that's kind of been the biggest hole that Kentucky's had so far?
Brandon's role is immense because Brandon brings a dynamic to us that we need. We need his rebounding. He's done a great job of that. We need his post scoring. He's been pretty good at that. We need him to get people to foul and go to the free throw line and finish. He's been pretty good at that. So we need Brandon, regardless of who we're playing, we need Brandon Humphrey to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, use the word fun last night to talk about coaching against a Cal again, and also talked about just um, on the difficulties in facing someone that you used to work for, and just wondering if you could just talk about that just a little more here, and just things you're looking forward to, but also the certain challenges you have in going up against someone that you consider a friend.
The challenges are he has a very, very good team. Um, the reality of it is they could easily be a top 5 team. As the year goes on, as they play more and more games, you can see they've gotten better. They share. Opposed to making this Kenny Payne versus Coach Cal, this is their players versus our players, and we're fighting to earn respect, and they are being respected, and they've earned that. So we got to go out and earn our respect as well. So more than anything, the players. Going against Cal is you know we probably both don't want to be in this situation because we have so many years together. But at the end of the day, I know he wants to beat me down, and I want to win the game by 1, and I'm happy. So. I see them playing together. I see them fighting together. I see them playing with a spirit of toughness, a fight. I see, for a guy like Aaron Bradshaw who, has never played the way he's playing now, where he's going up to big guys like Baycott and he's bumping them and hitting them and doing things he's never really done before, which means Cal has made an imprint on him. He's made an impression on him of what being a big guy for him, what is needed. He needs physicality. I'm watching how they swarm on defense and react to each other. That's chemistry on both ends of the floor. Obviously, they play together, obviously, by 19 assists, whatever it is. They're sharing the ball. But when I see them defensively, at times they're all on the same page, and that's growth. We're trying to get there as well. At times we do it, but not clearly enough.